In a quiet village, nestled between fields of golden rice and gentle hills, there lived a boy whose life had been touched by hardship from an early age. The loss of his mother left a void in his heart, and the world seemed colder without her comforting presence. His father, a humble man, did everything he could to care for his son, facing each day with quiet determination. For years, they walked together along dusty paths, the father's footsteps steady and unwavering as he guided his son through the trials of life. But fate, as it often does, dealt another cruel hand. The boy's father fell ill, and after a long struggle, he too passed away, leaving the boy to face the world alone. In the small house they had shared, the boy found himself surrounded by memories. Faint echoes of laughter, the scent of home-cooked meals, and, tucked away in a corner, a pair of old, worn-out shoes. They were his father's shoes, battered and faded, marked by countless journeys through rain, mud, and sun. With nothing else to remind him of his father, the boy cherished these shoes above all. He kept them close, a tangible connection to the man who had loved him so deeply. As the days passed, life pressed on. The boy attended school, determined to honor his father's memory, but every step was a challenge. His classmates noticed the shoes, tattered, patched, and long past their prime. Some laughed, others whispered, and the sting of their words cut deep. He felt ashamed, wishing he could hide his feet, wishing he could afford new shoes like everyone else. The weight of loneliness and embarrassment grew heavier with each passing day. The boy wondered if it was worth it to continue. The temptation to quit, to escape the constant ridicule, crept into his thoughts. But one morning, as he sat on the edge of his bed, he gazed down at the shoes. He traced the rough seams with his fingers, imagining all the places his father had walked, all the sacrifices he'd made so that his son could have a chance at a better life. Overwhelmed by emotion, the boy whispered softly, "Father, you walked through so many hardships wearing these shoes. You never gave up on me. I can't give up either." From that moment, something changed within him. The shoes were no longer a source of shame, but a symbol of love and endurance. Whenever he felt discouraged, he remembered his father's strength and the countless steps taken in those very shoes. The ridicule from his classmates still hurt, but it no longer defined him. Instead, he channeled his feelings into his studies, determined to rise above his circumstances. He spent countless hours in the library, devouring books, asking questions, and seeking knowledge wherever he could find it. The journey was far from easy. There were days when hunger gnawed at his stomach and exhaustion threatened to pull him under. But the memory of his father's sacrifices became a constant source of motivation. He worked harder than anyone else, driven by a quiet resolve. Teachers began to notice his dedication, offering words of encouragement and lending him books. He found solace in learning, discovering a world beyond the boundaries of his village. Years passed, and the boy grew into a young man. The shoes, though even more worn, still accompanied him every step of the way. When he graduated from school, he clutched them tightly, grateful for the journey they had carried him through. He dreamed of becoming a doctor, inspired by his father's selflessness and the desire to help others in need. The path to medical school was steep and filled with obstacles, but he pressed on, fueled by the memory of love and sacrifice. As he entered university, the challenges multiplied. The workload was immense, and competition fierce. Yet, whenever he felt overwhelmed, he would close his eyes and recall the words he had whispered years before. "I cannot give up." The thought gave him strength, reminding him that the greatest motivation often comes not from the pursuit of success, but from the love and sacrifices that form the foundation of our lives. In time, the boy's perseverance paid off. He excelled in his studies, earning the respect of his professors and peers. He volunteered at local clinics, caring for the sick and comforting the lonely. His empathy and dedication set him apart, and patients felt a special warmth in his presence. He understood suffering, having endured it himself, and he treated each person with compassion and dignity. After years of hard work, the boy, now a young man, graduated as a doctor. The day was a celebration, filled with smiles and congratulations. Yet amidst the joy, he remembered his humble beginnings. He looked down at the shoes, now threadbare and fragile, and felt a wave of gratitude for the journey they had carried him through. He knew that every step, every struggle had been worth it. With his new role in the community, He dedicated himself to helping those in need. He treated the poor free of charge, remembering the pain of his own childhood. He listened patiently to their stories, offering not just medicine, but kindness and understanding. Word spread of the compassionate doctor, and people came from distant villages seeking his help. Through his work, he found a deeper purpose. He realized that the true measure of success was not in wealth or recognition, but in the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. The shoes remained on a shelf in his small clinic, a daily reminder of where he had come from and the sacrifices that had shaped him. Looking back, he understood the lesson his father had taught him. Sometimes, the greatest motivation does not come from the promise of future success, but from the love and sacrifice that lie behind us. It is the quiet strength of those who walk before us, the legacy of endurance and care that empowers us to face life's challenges with courage. And so, the boy who once felt ashamed of his father's old shoes grew into a man who honored their memory with every step. His journey became a testament to the power of love, resilience, and hope. The lesson was clear. True motivation is not found in the pursuit of glory, but in the quiet acts of sacrifice and devotion that shape our hearts and guide us forward, even when the road is difficult and the shoes are worn.